All right, so you're getting ready for another competition, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us about your first competition?
So first one was the Emerald Cup. I did Classic Physique, Class A.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was a little nerve-wracking. It being my first competition.
Yeah.
And me not really used to being in that atmosphere. So it was pretty cool, you know, to go in and, you know, get it. Oh, one of the things that was kind of scary was, so for Classic Physique, you have to make weight. So I had a certain weight class that I had to make. So literally the day before, I was still probably about 4 or 5 pounds over. So I just came in and I was just hitting cardio nonstop. Got in the sauna, just trying to sweat it out, and ended up making weight. And so, like the rest of that day until weigh-in, I wasn't able to eat anything, so I could make weight.
Nice.
That's just like one of the things of the game, you know. When you have to make weight for like stuff like that, you kind of have to go that extra mile, make sure that you're able to still compete and make your class. So I did that. Then after weigh-ins and everything, I was finally able to eat. So I was able to eat and carb up and filled out pretty nice. Then the next day, it was just going through, you know, being on stage was it was a good feeling. Just, you know, everybody cheering and, you know, seeing all the people in the crowd. I got the first call out, and that's usually good when you're the first one called out. That means that you're in the top 3 at least. So
yeah.
I got the first call out, and it was pretty exciting. But then at the same time, my competition was pretty stiff. They were all pretty good as well. So going up there and posing against them, it was pretty like nerve-wracking, just knowing that we were all neck and neck, and you know, if I didn't hit a pose right, that I could lose my placing. But it all ended up working out, and I ended up winning my class. So that was pretty good.
Yeah. Nice. All right, so this next show coming up in October, tell us about that a little bit.
So the next show coming up in October is gonna be October 19th. It's a show, well, I'm kind of back and forth. I don't know if I want to do that show or a show in September. I'm thinking about doing a show a little bit earlier, just because in October I have a lot of other things going on. So I may do a show in September, and it's going to be in Spokane, and that show is going to be it won't be as big as the Emerald Cup, but it'll give me a lot more stage time, give me a lot more time to, you know, really hone in on my diet. Right now it's a little weird being like after my post show, and then I just pretty much ate all I wanted to for about a week. And so rebounding and getting ready for the next one, it's taking a little bit more work because I'm not as lean as when I started for the first show. So I'm really having to stay on my diet and stick to it to be as lean for this show.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
Is this usually how you start your warm-up on the chest?
Yeah, so I always like starting with the fly movement, just for activation, to really fill my chest.
Yeah.
Chest, I try to hit chest like 2 to 3 times a week, just because my chest is like one of my lagging body parts.
Yeah.
So I always try to hit it and try to do at least 1 or 2 activation exercises. So I can kind of get that mind muscle connection, and I can feel my chest working rather than my front delts.
Yeah. Okay. So while you're resting, how long do you usually rest in between sets?
Not long. Usually if I'm working out by myself, probably about 30 seconds to a minute, because I like to keep the intensity up. But if I'm working out with a partner, of course, you know, I'll rest as long as it takes them to finish their set. So it's a little bit longer. But whenever it's just me, I really try to push the tempo. I really like more of like bringing more intensity to a workout rather than, you know, just trying to lift heavy weights. Even though I can, I've noticed better results whenever I push the intensity. Just focus on, you know, the quality of a movement rather than just trying to lift real heavy weight. And I mean, it helps me keep me from getting injured as well.
Yeah. Cool. So what made you want to start getting into bodybuilding?
So I played sports all my life, and going into college, I just kind of needed something else to focus on. And I started getting into lifting my freshman year of college, and actually had a friend that was really into bodybuilding. He just loved, you know, bodybuilding. He could tell you everything about every supplement, about every bodybuilder. Like, he's just one of those guys that just loved the art of bodybuilding. And so I started working out with him, and he just started teaching me a whole lot of stuff, and I ended up falling in love with bodybuilding. It's kind of funny because he quit working out and started focusing, you know, on other things, and it was just something that just always stuck with me. So I kind of owe it to him, you know, because he got me into really working out, into liking bodybuilding. And I mean, even come to the gym. I would go to the gym, but I wasn't really like that serious into it. You know, I'd just go in, maybe hit arms or something like that. You know, I didn't really have like a workout routine. And then he kind of took me under his wing and, you know, showed me how to put together a workout routine. He, the Arnold book, the Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding or something like that. Yeah, so he owned it and he gave it to me. And that's probably like one of the first books that I read, you know, from front to back. And after reading all that, I fell in love with, you know, bodybuilding and wanted to compete. And it took me a long time to finally, you know, be able to compete, but I think it was, you know, well worth it, just building my knowledge up.
Yes. So do you generally prefer lifting heavy, or do you suggest going light? Or does it depend?
I kind of mix it up, so I'll do heavy and light. Like I said, like just now, just warming up with the 80s. So if I lift the weight and I know that I can go heavier, I only do like 5 reps of that weight. I won't, you know, go all out on the weight. I usually do like 2 or 3 warm-up sets. And then I'll go to my heavy weight, hit my heavy set, and then from there I'll work my way back down. I always try to hit my heavy weight early while I'm the freshest, and then after that, you know, I'll throw in my super sets and really just try to fatigue the muscle. But I kind of get the best of both worlds with heavyweight and throwing in more hypertrophy stuff to not focus on strength as much, just focus on really just taxing the muscle.
Yeah. Okay. Who's your all-time favorite bodybuilder, if you have one? I saw you post something a few months ago.
Serge Nubret, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Definitely my all-time favorite bodybuilder. Just his physique was crazy.
Yeah.
He was a little taller than me, but just like how his physique really flowed together and like proportion-wise, and that's what I think the ideal like classic physique really should look like. And he kind of advocated. He was really big on not focusing on lifting heavy weight. Even though he could bench like 500, 600 pounds, he would be in the gym lifting like 225, just really focusing on the reps, really focusing on just the quality of the movement. And that's kind of where I get a lot of my ideas and training principles from, because he was able to not really lift heavy weight all the time and just focus on the quality of the movement and still build an amazing physique. And he was injury free the whole time too. He never had any major injuries or anything. So his like ideas, some of his ideas and his physique is like what I try to emulate.
Cool.
So I usually like to keep my sweater on until I get a good, sweat going.
Yeah.
The blood really flowing. And plus it's just something I like.
This feels good?
Yeah, like it's weird, but I like that like hot feeling. Like feeling, like hot and really sweating, and then it just makes me feel like that I'm working harder.
It's one of the psychological aspects.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, I know it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but it makes me feel better.
Yeah, hey, if it makes you feel better, then I think it helps with the workout. Yeah,
it's that,
gotta feel good.
The placebo effect. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.